Oh, dude. You guys know, right before I had to leave for Europe, we had a head gasket failure on this thing. Fixed it on a dyno, haven't been able to like check up on it since, but I gave it a quick little retune yesterday. But oh, good old SR20. Dude, this thing is so rowdy. We had to deck the head quite a bit. I got a smaller head gasket, so the compression went up just a little bit. Feels ridiculous. Look at that graph, dude. 450 hitting, and it has more in it. Boom, beautiful, perfect. Love that. Holds the torque, comes in hard, keeps going. Oh. What's good is, as you guys know, later this week, we're finally gonna go and test Spoon's FRS, which is super exciting. He gets to drift this car for the first time, which is huge. He did a couple donuts the other day. I saw the smiles, they were ridiculous. He's happy. And so seeing this thing on track is gonna be incredible. So I'm gonna bring the coupe too so I can bully him around a little bit. I'm dying to drive this thing again, but we have a lot to look forward to. In the last video, we showed some love to the LS15 for the first time in a long time. We swapped the wheels on it, coming in the next day.
The white wheels, it's so hard.
Dude, when we first put them on, I was like, all right, but now that it's like settled, the fitment, we got the fitment more dialed in, it looks incredible. And it's a good fresh like look. It makes it feel like I got a new car. We put the Blitz on the black car, refreshing that too a little bit. It's like a two for one. A twofer. The VVL SR20, she's hitting. SR good. We love it because as you guys know, I had like this epiphany, however you say it. When I came back from Europe, I was like, wow, yeah, the season's almost over. So it's just double down and get everything working again so I can enjoy them. We got the 8.6 back on the ground. The FC's got the engine back in it. She's hitting. Almost everything in here runs.
We just got a few little
loose ends. So one thing is, of course, well, the FRS, right? We got it back from paint and we've been so busy with everything else, we haven't been able to look at the thing.
No, we just threw body panels on and shoved it.
Yeah, we mocked the kit back up and we're like, looks pretty. Okay, let's finish up everything else, right? Well, it's needed a few little bits. One, actually physically mounting the kit. It was, a lot of bits.
It's a lot of small bits that add up to
a big bit.
Exactly. So it's not the most exciting thing to film in the world, but it needs to get done so we can actually see this car like together before there's snow on the ground.
Actually mounting everything, nice hardware.
It needs to be like the okay, that's good for now fitment. It's got to be the okay, we gotta shave, we gotta spend an hour shaving things to make it fit.
Fill every hole.
And that's what life's about. Filling holes, man. One big thing is we needed to redo the intercooler because once we put this big crazy Street Hunter bumper on, the intercooler was so far in for the stock bumper that it looked ridiculous. So intercooler's got to be remounted to fill that big old hole and look cool, which means new piping besides everything else getting mounted, and it needs a new exhaust because we went a little crazy on the exhaust size for this thing.
Hangs too low.
It's too low. The underside of these cars is not forgiving for big exhaust, so we're gonna redo the exhaust for something a little bit smaller. I don't think we're gonna lose any power from it. We just want it to go crazy. And this thing can actually be a car, which is exciting. But there's one car that I really, really want to drive. I haven't been able to drive it because it's just a couple small things. And well, I think we need to get to that also. Dun, 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 dun. My Porsche 964. It's still kind of crazy that I own this thing, you know? I drove this thing a lot last year. I put in a ridiculous amount of miles on it after the engine refresh and all the stuff that we did to it. I haven't had time to touch it too much this season, and you know, like, I could use that excuse now, you know, man. Ever since I had my kid, just the car, you know, cars don't come out, you know.
But you're blaming James?
I'm blaming my child. No, I've always told myself I'm not gonna be that guy, you know. We're not gonna park the cars because the baby, you know.
So let's bring it out.
So we gotta bring it out. This is just like the coolest beater ever. The redone engine bay. Look how dusty. Adam just put like 100 grand in his, but mine's got personality. So the car has been sitting for two small issues. They're two giant pain in the butt issues that we just haven't had a moment to get to because this has been like somehow the busiest year of my life, but also feels like I've done the least.
But we've done so much.
I haven't stopped. One of the big things is there's a plethora of oil lines that sit in a quarter panel here, right? Because
it's for the drain plug, right?
Well, so it's an air-cooled engine, which means it's an oil-cooled engine, right? So it uses a lot of oil to cool the engine. So There's oil lines that go to the front for the oil cooler. There's the tank, and then there's like the lines that go to the oil filter. And the lines will start to deteriorate because rubber, oil sits in them. Even if they're made for over years, they kind of rot out. And so one of the lines is leaking really bad, as you guys saw in that tin. We gotta replace it. So hopefully I ordered the right one. On top of that, the aero on this car isn't mounted incredible. We've known this, and redoing the car has been the talk forever. Just trying to get my fun out of it before we make it all nice and pretty has been important to me.
I kind of like that it's not perfect though.
No, I mean the vibe of this
you
car.
drive it.
I know, I love this. I drive it in the rain. It doesn't like
you said, the perfect beater.
it is like, who gets to have a beater 964 that still kind of looks cool? It's not a thing, because now they're all just so perfect and pristine because they're worth way too freaking much money. I got so lucky on this car. It has been so good to me. But one of the big things is the front end is like ready to fall off the car. It is hardly mounted. There's like no mounting points up front. I don't know how it survived this long, but before I lose my entire front end of this car, we gotta make some mounts for it. And a couple small bits and it should be good to go. I know it seems like a small list, but it's the little things that add up. That's the worst part about owning multiple cars. Maintaining multiple cars. This car is such a pain to put on the lift. And then when you put on the lift, your lift arm literally blocks like the drain plug for your oil tank. So we're gonna do this on jack sets. If I could even get it on jack sets. I feel like I'm 16 again, scared to jack a car up.
Nice method.
I think it's a piece of wood. Why is this freaking me out? It's okay. You ever jack a car up by its engine case? For the most expensive engine ever. Internet said so.
This is what the internet said to do.
Operation Drive My 964 again. Full effect. Look at those things. Boom.
You think that's the biggest wheel you own?
Oh, hell yeah. It's I don't even know what size this is. 18 by 12, negative 32. Weak. Shut up. Did I order the right hose? Okay, so if you come here, see this right here? So this is like the oil tank, right? So this is where the majority of the oil sits. It comes in and out of, we have a bunch of oil lines that come here. These two, living nightmare to change. These aren't leaking, thank God. This one, however, look how much oil is sitting there on every, oh God, I hope it's just that line. We're gonna find out. This thing holds 13 quarts of oil.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like a diesel truck.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't have a drain pan big enough for this thing. God, safe. This thing needs an oil change bad anyways.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's fine. One of the biggest issues I had with like mildly working on this car is I'm always so scared I'm gonna open up a giant can of worms with this car. Because we redid the whole drivetrain, but I'm still like convinced there's a can of worms that are waiting to be opened.
Interestingly enough, there's 2 drain points.
Oh yeah, engine and then the actual like canister over there. I know it's got oil because it leaks a bunch of it. Cute little love notes my Porsche leaves for me on the ground. Oh, there she goes. There's the culprit. Yeah, she'll do that. I hope it's just the hose and not the whole neck seal. Oh my God, the wheel is like rubbing through this one. Can of worms.
This is good balance. Johnny said it is. No, can't fight me.
Your boy ordered the wrong part. Looks like I'm not a good parts Porsche guy. Nah, I killed on the edge. I'm gonna, whatever. AN line, it's oil resistant. You gotta be careful because if you don't use oil resistant hose, it will literally just deteriorate it. Right, B?
That is a fact.
So hopefully we can get this to not kink enough to use. Now we're getting real GDM spec with this thing. It works, it works. You know what's hilarious? You could see how many times this body kit has been repaired. Brian, pull your light out for me real
I'd
quick.
say, is it a good idea to show? Oh my.
A lot of mud.
This looks like a drift car.
Yeah, it looks like a drift car.
Wow.
Isn't it hilarious? It's weird because you don't see 964s in this. It's cool. It's all fixable. It's not, nothing's too far gone. You see that?
Yeah.
That's someone just smearing filler in there.
Wasn't us.
No, it wasn't us. We'll save you, 964. We'll save you.
Not worth saving it yet. Still runs and drives. So nice.
It's a good 10-footer.
When you feel like
Restoring a car?
you have a bunch of money in your pocket, just burning a hole through it.
Yeah, this is the car for it. It's just like the thick one on there.
Big
boy. Yes, sir. That's a big ass intercooler.
Good, gotta fill that bumper up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, I gotta say, they have the coolest name in the intercooler game. Phoenix.
These are the backup ones for the pro cars.
These are some fat bungs.
Good.
That's a fat bung hole right there.
You know all about fat bung holes, bro.
That's the tricky part, mounting it.
Don't scratch the paint.
If I scratch it, I'll paint it.
That's why the best man for the job right now. Oh, they got fills are out.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big ass hole.
Yep.
That'll look sick though with the big ass intercooler in there. Ooh. It looks like it's got buck teeth though. Oh, let me get the Sharpie. Here we go. On.
Between all rocks?
Yeah. See? Oh man, it does look like a little snake, doesn't it? I should have made him point. I should have made him pointy. There we go.
Yeah, it's Halloween, Jim.
It's Halloween. That just looks like. That looks like.
That is completely different.
That looks like. That's.
Just draw there. That's high school Jim scribbling.
Oh, that was supposed to be teeth, bro. Let me fill the teeth out a little bit. You know, a little teeth. You know. Yeah, there you go. Add some more teeth to it. Nope, that's worse.
What?
Maybe add some texture to the teeth. Yeah, some texture to the teeth here.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, that. Oh God. Oh, Spoon, what do we do?
Getting worse and worse. Oh.
Your head was just up in there. I was cracking up in the corner. What were you just looking at?
You gonna do me like that?
Hey, come on, hold on. You where you?
You gonna do me like that?
So I'd say these cars are designed pretty well for taking apart, and everything is as good as it can be with shoving so much things in a little car. Oil filter, right? Nice and easy. Goes right into the sides of the engine bay here. Cool. You unscrew it. You put a quart in the engine bay of your Porsche. So much oil everywhere. So that much oil just ended up in the engine bay of my car, so it's super fun. And you can only really buy the filters at Porsche. So I'll be back.
Looks bad every time, doesn't it? 2 J's and 2.
Big Porsche guy. Try not to get a bunch of oil everywhere. Basic maintenance with Jimmy O. I can't believe how much oil got in the engine bay from that stupid filter. That much. When you fill these things up, you gotta put like 3/4 of oil in, let it warm up, put the rest of it in. I haven't started this thing in a few months now. And what happens is the oil will actually drain back through the engine and it'll smoke a lot. Scared the first time it happened because I let it sit for like a month or two and I was like, oh my God, engine toast. But it's just a cute Porsche thing.
Just a little smoke.
Yeah, it's not that bad actually. This thing's so cool. Good car. Good car. The last thing this thing really needs though is a proper exhaust. Right now it's just stock headers with like the Japan special exhaust. It's been on the list for a long time, but aftermarket set of headers will release a couple more horse puppies out of it, which would be really nice. And then one day I'll do ITBs on this thing. I just gotta save up some more chump change for those.
That bitch sound healthy.
It does, it does.
It sounds good.
No more smoky either.
Oh, it's good.
It's good.
Sounds good.
She cleans up.
Good for the soul.
And she runs so good. Like, it's insane how incredible the Link controls this car. Like, it's just, you would think it's still on a stock ECU. It is incredible. First off, this is the dustiest car I've ever seen in my life. Like, you know, you get that JDM road grime.
It just never goes away.
It just never goes away. I don't know if it's like the OE wax of the Porsche, it just sticks it on, but like you look at the car and your hands just turn black. But that being said, this would have the craziest transformation if we dry ice blasted it. You know that new stuff everyone's doing where basically it's like just a deep cleaning without water, essentially. When it blasts a lot of the factory wax off, which sucks. That's what keeps these things nice and sealed. So like, that's why you see these guys that get these Porsches, they get them dry ice blast and they look insane, but you're kind of just blasting the wax off. So it's like a...
Take the Porsche wax off to put...
Raptor liner on it.
Liner.
Not this one. All right, well, let's... Oh, okay. Front bumper is mounted incredibly. Am I missing?
Oh, you're missing hold on.
Is it zip tie?
Yeah.
Cut that shit. Bro, the amount of body filler on this bumper. Okay. God, this thing is so heavy from just fiberglass filler. Check that out. Porsche exposing here. I mean, there's nothing to expose. I mean, not like I did anything. It's still rocking the whole body kit, but bumper, lots of body filler. It is what it is. Nice thing is, this bumper isn't like a crazy custom bumper. It's like an RS style front bumper. I could just buy these. Easy. Doesn't actually go with the kit. The front bumper that went on the kit got changed like, I think in like 2018. I found photos of the car and it changed. We'll talk about that later. The car was very clearly crashed in the front, and I think we talked about this from day one. It was hit pretty good in this corner, and as you could tell, it got its JDM fix, where it doesn't look totaled, but it looks really bad. They're real good at that, making it work. It is what it is. What's nice about these cars is you can get every freaking body panel like new, and they sell front cuts all the time. People crash these all the time.
So what we were talking about replacing the front clip on that car, we could do it on this car.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. So the goal is like, if and when we like redo this car, actually get a little wild with it and replace all the front metal, which sounds crazy. I think the worst part about it is actually removing all the factory seam sealer and all the seam sealer that the Japanese do put on here. Just many hours of wire wheeling and just being miserable. But just like any other, you always think it's overwhelming. You start moving panels off and it comes pretty quickly. So it was this corner, you could tell this one has what must have been the factory bumper beam just deleted on this side. So that's cool. It's probably what holds the bumper up. Like actual, the bumper probably sits on the bumper beam. This shit. If you look in here, this kind of exposes all of it. The front of the rail was mushed in a little bit, so they pulled it out. No problem, that could be repaired, or we could just kind of section it. And then this whole apron in the inside, it looks like it was cut out, hammered, and then welded back in. So the extent of the damage doesn't really go past here, which is good. It's not like the inside apron here is kinked. Like if I saw kinks in this, I would have been stressed. When I was buying the car, like I saw the crash damage and it was very obvious to me and it was freaking me out. But, you know, I stopped and I said, what would B-Haul do? What would B-Haul think? And initially I said, oh, fuck, this is a waste of money. No, I'm kidding. But, and, you know, I realized it's local damage. It is what it is. We could fix it. No problem. Like I said, I don't see, you know, on hard hits, you gotta look for the small details, not the big details. Obviously, it's easy to see that this thing's been crushed here, but kinks in metal or waves in metal will tell you how extensive the damage actually is. So looking around the tower, looking in front of the tower, behind the tower on the firewall, there's no movement, no kink, no discrepancies in the metal. We're good. See, Brian, you're not stressed about this, right, Brian?
That?
Yeah.
No.
See? Yeah,
We're not doing anything right now. I'll stretch when the time comes.
Doesn't make me feel.
So why is there veiny, saggy tits that look like?
Yeah, you had to be here for it. You know, inside joke, bro. I'm not gonna rewrite the script here. The car needs to be get together for like another season like this. So I'm thinking here, we're gonna get a piece of aluminum. We're gonna drift mod this. This is the most. It's crazy doing this to a 964. Aluminum, shebang. Right. Make a nice seat for it. Use those little pedestals because they're pretty damn sturdy.
Jimmy's favorite word.
What?
Pedestal.
Pedestal.
If you guys are a long-time viewer, you'll agree with me.
What would you call that?
Mounting tab?
Pedestal. Something sitting on it.
A pedestal is what I put myself up on.
Yeah.
No, Jimmy, you've been just the fondest user of the word pedestal since Nisanda.
That's bullshit.
Everything we mounted anything to in Nisanda, I'm cutting this pedestal I'm making.
You would
Dude.
remember that. That will also give us a really nice pedestal to build our floor off of. And there we go. We have our little pedestal. So we have our little pedestal here.
You painted the Sistine Chapel.
I'm gonna do the finger. And we have this little curled hand. And then the other finger. There we go. I'm Da Vinci. Welcome back to the most hack crap I've ever done on camera. To my 960.
Yeah, and it's to your Porsche.
It's to my Porsche. I'm living this dream right now, this narrative. I'm still in Japan with the car. You know, we're working on this thing. We're gonna use Japan techniques here. Straight piece of aluminum, cut a slit in it so I could V it. And now it matches the concurve of the bumper. Come on, easy as, right? Do I epoxy it on or do I just tap this thing in? You know, my brain right now is like, wouldn't Nakai do this?
Yes.
Yes, he would.
Didn't know you had that here.
Looks good on the camera, right?
Yeah, it looks perfect.
It's a good 5-footer. It's on there now. Good old kick test. The car needs a whole front end, like we've talked about many times. The rear end of the car is straight. It was in a front end accident and it looks like they just repaired what they had instead of replacing it. So I got to piece together front ends. New front fenders, new hood. Probably buy a new front clip or used front clip off of someone and just get it ready. For now, we'll bolt it all together, make our half-ass brace so it stays together so I can enjoy it and not stress about it too much. Then we'll redo the car and then stress about it. That sound good? It's a good vibe. Come on. It's like standard S chassis quality. We're used to that. Being piped up with the big juicy Phoenix intercooler.
Alright, can we get rid of your masterpiece? I'm
Yeah.
tired of having to stare at my face.
All right, dude. You could
Use the same cardboard that I use for all the intercoolers and you ruined it.
just flip it. Ooh, there we go. I guess that's better.
That's better.
I'm happy it's flipped too. Like I think it looks so cool with the pipe up top versus being on the bottom.
Yeah, it fits so well and it made the piping so short and easy.
It brought the look at that. Cars look so freaking cool with intercoolers on them. So before we come out the bumper for good, Spoon's got a little side mission right here. So we have these open vents right here. We kind of wanted to do something with them. We don't really have any place for blinkers in the bumper, so we're gonna turn these vents into the blinkers. So Spoon is getting crafty with it, and
I don't know if it's gonna work.
yeah,
I'm hoping it's gonna work.
hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, we give it a shot, right? So we're gonna put Lexan here, like a diffused Lexan, and put the bulb behind it to try and get these vents to light up with the orange. I think it'll be really cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But that's a little bit of a project. But for now, we want to see the front end together with the intercooler on here. Just seeing it with a big intercooler with the piping in it, the car already feels so good. Oh, it fits really nice now. Dude, the aura of the kit changes so much by just having a giant intercooler to kind of encompass that giant hole. Like if you're,
I don't hate the headlights as much.
it's funny because these are like the
OEM cheap ones.
The OEM cheap ones, but the bright chrome just kind of pops. It works. There's so many cool headlight options. You hate them.
I just think that there's better options.
For sure. You know what it is? I think it's because I like these that I don't really think about much. Like Spoon's headlights with black housings look really sick, but I don't know if I'd like the black housings because I like how bright.
I think the black housings, because it has all the other black accents,
will probably work.
I think it'll just be too many.
That's true. It'll darken all of it. Where red, I like when you have poppy colors on red. What do you do if you're NA? Like you just have a big ass hole.
Yeah, this thing actually means business.
You're gonna have to do like the old Civic thing when you have an intercooler with just a cold air intake.
Intercooler.
Intercooler.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. You never seen that?
I've never
That's
seen
an
that.
old school thing.
Intercooler.
You just dry mock them, or I've seen people run their intake through them, like just
Yeah,
NA.
and they'll put a filter on the other side. There used to be, back old magazine days, a filter that almost looked like an intercooler. I mean, you'd drawn up.
An intercooler.
An intercooler. You never?
No, that's
crazy.
hilarious.
How weird the Porsche pedals feel. I'm so happy. It's like a usable car again. I know it seemed like some little bits, but it took a whole freaking day to do. Maintaining multiple cars, a day's worth of work can get put off for a very, very long time. But this is like my favorite car to drive in the fall time weather. It feels like a project car. It doesn't feel like this pristine thing I have to white glove, you know?
It's a Porsche, but you can park it at the grocery store, not worry about it.
Exactly. It feels so good, dude. Like every car is like working right now. It's like the everything is working right now. The 8.6, the front ball joints are basically seized for some reason, but I ordered new ones. But besides that, everything is like working, and it feels so good. So for now, we got to use the rest of the day to prep for tomorrow because we are bringing Spoons FRS to the track to test for the very first time, which is very exciting for all of us. I know we're all really hyped to see Spoon drift in his own car. He's been simming a lot, practicing for this, so I'm expecting good things. We did some donuts in the car. It felt amazing. So high hopes on that one. But for now, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.